What's up, Snow Bunnies? Today I'm showing you how to make an automatic sorter for your base. Now this will take anything that you put in a box, whether it be ores, guns, clothing, all that stuff, and sort it throughout your base completely hassle-free. Now for the simplest version of this auto sorter, where I'm pretty sure anyone could do this, already knows about this, where you just need 2 conveyors and some power, and you have your sorter right there. You can drop things in and it goes into your base. And just so you guys know, for the entirety of this video, anything that is red is an output, anything that is green is an input, anything that is blue is either a daisy chain, or just so you guys can see how I'm wiring things to make it easier and more visible. Now you might be wondering, hey Yin, why'd you put a combiner between the things? You don't need that, it's just conveyor into box. I know, but you'll see later on in the video why this is going to be needed and why it's going to be useful. For right now, just think of it as like some random thing I pulled out of the mystery mouse tool. Now obviously, if you couldn't tell by the box's label, we're going to be using weapons for this initial example of your super basic drop box system. And while I still have your attention, because I know a lot of us here watching this have the attention span of a toddler on an iPad, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. It does help me a lot. Thanks. And boom, just like that, once you finish all of that piping, you have made your first automatic drop system. Congratulations, I feel so proud for you. Now let's go ahead and test this system out just to make sure, so you guys don't think I'm some Houdini with no backing. We're going to put some guns in and we're going to watch it sort. Now, here's one thing that you want to remember. Anything that stacks, like resources, for example stone, if you have multiple boxes that are daisy linked together, which means connected together, the stone stack will split between however many boxes you have in the system. Whereas with guns, things that only have one item stack, they will only fill the first box and only go to the next box if the first one is full. Good job. Now that we have all of this understanding, we can move on and make this a little bit more harder, a little bit more complicated, a little bit more frustrating. Because I know everyone here has gone into the stone box to depot armor or guns, or even go into the med box to depot sulfur and rockets. Basically what this more advanced system will do is take anything that isn't what it should be, and take it out and put it where it should be, to keep your boxes nice, clean, and organized. So you can show off to your Rust girlfriend, your e-huz, that you know how to keep your Rust boxes absolutely perfectly squeaky clean. Now, as you've already seen me do, we do need to reorganize our conveyors a little bit so that we can make space to make the system larger and more organized. Make sure to watch closely and pay attention to how I set this up, because it's kind of confusing when you first do it, but as you do it more, it becomes more and more simpler. Simpler? Now for every single box that you set up on this circuit, you will need 1 input and 1 output. So basically every box needs 2 industrial conveyors. While setting this up, I highly advise that while piping, you set up all your filters as you pipe, so that you don't forget which conveyor does which. We're going to be setting up a combiner tree here so that we can make the system continuously loop through itself to make sure that everything is sorted. And as you can see, the combiner that we placed at the start has its purpose this late on. I know it took a while for it to be useful, but it's useful now and that's all that matters. Now all we have to do is connect the depot box to the automatic sorting system. We do this with a bunch of splitter trees, or just one splitter if you have very few boxes. However you do it, your choice. The idea is the same. Now this next part is very important, or else you're going to have a loop where all the items just cycle through and through non-stop. So first you obviously select your category or your item that you want to sort, and the important part is at the filter mode, you have to set it to exclude items, which basically tells the system if it's not this item, toss it out and resend it. And now that we have this all done, we have finished the automatic sorting system. But it does get a little bit more complicated after this. Don't worry, stick around for a little bit longer. Now if that system wasn't difficult enough for you, let's add some furnaces into the mix. So basically the sulfur box where we put ore in will now be connected to electric furnaces while still having the automatic sorting system. So basically how this works is the output for your ores box, or in this case the sulfur box, will be the input for the splitter. The splitter then connects to both the conveyor and the furnaces. Now the purpose of this switch is only so that you can turn on the furnace system when you want it to. So for example, if you have a bunch of ore that you don't want cooked for whatever reason, you flip the switch and it doesn't cook. That's all this is. This system will also come with the automatic turn on, turn off switch that I showed in my other video, using the same idea behind it with the memory cell. So if you didn't watch that one, I highly suggest you do for the automatic furnaces. And just like that, you have a fully automatic base. You shove all your shit in one box at the very front of your base or in your compound. It all runs through your base. If you have ore, it'll go into your furnaces. Everything will work just fine, as long as if you have enough storage for it and a big enough power grid. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe down below. It does help me a lot. It does tell me that you guys want more videos like this. And yeah, I hope you all had an amazing day or an amazing night. That's it from me. See you, losers.